King Charles' birthday, and Harry has announced that he's going to be calling the king, which is the opposite of putting a bridge out to get rid of that, to rebuild, right? Because if you're announcing it, clearly it is for public relations purposes, and for all we know, he's not even going to make that call, right? I don't think King Charles, I'm sure he won't, especially on his birthday or ever, would stoop to going in the media and saying he wasn't called, right? So Harry can just say he called him and not call, or if he did call, it'll be a really awkward call. Maybe he's just going to call and say, be mean. But just announcing it takes away from it, of course. Aside from that, there have been some new photos of Meghan out, which clearly are staged, like the vast majority of their photos. And I go back to, this is the one that upsets me more than anything. How badly Harry and Meghan treated Thomas Markle for taking photos, for doing what they do all of the time. And that's something that's unfathomable. Sometimes you have people who are narcissistic and who are just have these massive egos, and they have such a strong feeling of superiority that it's like they're able to have this altered reality. It shouldn't even be an argument that you could be mad at someone for doing something that you do that doesn't relate to you, right? For taking photos, and even more to treat it as a personal insult. The actual underlying reality, the underlying belief system that you would have to have for that to be an acceptable way of being, that I, Meghan, and Harry, we can take as many photos with paparazzi as we want, but if Thomas Markle does a photo without us telling him, he's cut off. He's gonna pass away alone. The underlying mentality of that would literally be we are deities. We're deities, and this is a below a servant, like ancient Egypt, like a pharaoh, and the people who get thrown in to the grave with the pharaoh. Literally, that is the level of mindset there has to be for that to make sense. So that being said, we know that pretty much everything they put out has an intention. So it's interesting that Meghan is putting out all these pictures that are very similar with her legs, which look super skinny, which I guess she is showing off as a positive thing, but I don't know, seems to me pretty extreme, the level of skinniness that is there, and it's just, again, them trying to take away some of the thunder from a wonderful positive event from the royal family.